Now let's learn about the concept of cylinders. This is a solid formed by extending a circle where the bottom as well as the top is a circle. So for the bottom or the top, we can calculate the radius as r and the length can be taken as height h. When we know these two parameters, we can calculate the volume. Volume is base area into height, that is V is base area is the circle, therefore pi r square, and the height is h. So the volume is pi r square h for a cylinder. Now coming to the surface area we can take it as two circles plus this round wrap. So 2 circles area is 2 times of pi r square, and in order to get the outer surface area, let me think this is like a hollow cylinder, and if we are taking a scissors and if we are cutting it, if we open it up, it forms a plane sheet with the height to be h, and this length is basically the circumference of this circle, which is 2 pi r. Now when we know this length and the height, this is basically a rectangle, therefore I can calculate the area as the length into breadth, that is 2 pi r into h. In this we can take the 2 pi r common, then we are left out with r plus h. So this is the formula for surface area for a cylinder, 2 pi r into r plus h. Based on this, let's do a small question. Height of a cylindrical jar is decreased by 36%. By what percent must the radius be increased so that there is no change in its volume? There is a cylinder with a radius r1 and with height h, and the volume I can write as pi r1 square h. So for this one, the height has been decreased. So instead of h, it could be some h1, or I can write it as h2, and this is some r2. So this volume will be pi r2 square h2. But they have given a relation that h2 is decreased by 36%, that is left out quantity is 64%, that is 64 by 100 into h, and it's given that volume has to be equal, that means these two should be equal. If I substitute the values, I can write as pi r1 square h is equal to pi r2 square h2. Pi can be cancelled, we are left with r1 square h is equal to r2 square. h2 we already know, it is 64 by 100 into h. So again we can cancel the h, then we are left out with r1 square r2 square. So from this I can write r1 by r2 is 4 by 5. Now we don't need the ratio, we need the percentage change. Percentage change in the radius is r2 minus r1 by r1 into 100. That is, because we know the ratio, we can safely assume r1 to be 4x, r2 to be 5x. If I substitute these values, this is 5x minus 4x by 4x into 100, that is 1 by 4 into 100, which is 25%. Therefore option A. So that was about the problems and concept based on cylinders.